In this video we're going to take a look at how to simulate the mandatory experiment 5.1, which is the determination of the heat of reaction of hydrochloric acid with sodium hydroxide. So that experiment involves using a styrofoam cup. So why we use a styrofoam cup is to make sure that we minimize any heat that is being lost to the surroundings. So the styrofoam cup is a good insulator. If we used a beaker, we would find that the heat would actually be lost to the surroundings because the glass is not a good insulator. So what we're going to do then is we're going to place 50 centimeters cubed of hydrochloric acid into that. So first let me just show you where I got the styrofoam cup. I wanted to go into glassware, I wanted to go down to the styrofoam cup, and I just clicked on it and it'll appear here. For the next one I want strong acid, I want HCl. So I'm going to use, in this scenario, 1 molar hydrochloric acid. And what I want to do is I want to measure out 50 centimeters cubed, which is the same as 50 milliliters. So I'm going to pour that in there. I now have 50 milliliters of my hydrochloric acid, and what you need to note is the temperature of that. So you'll need to record what the starting temperature was before. It's 25 degrees Celsius. I then need to get some of my sodium hydroxide, so I go back into solutions and I go back into strong bases, and I have a 1 molar solution of sodium hydroxide. Again, look at the temperature of it and record that on your worksheet, which is going to be 25 degrees Celsius as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another 50 mils of this into the container. So once I've measured those, in real life we would use a thermometer. You would use a different thermometer to measure each to ensure you're not adding any drops of HCl across or NaOH across. There's no cross contamination if you use separate thermometers. We're then going to measure out 50 milliliters of that. I'm going to pour it in and we're going to observe the temperature change here. So this is the highest temperature that it gets to. In the lab we would have to wait for that to increase, and we would just keep an eye on it until it stopped moving. In that case, the maximum temperature it goes to is 31 degrees. 31.7 degrees Celsius. So then what you will need to do is you will need to get your difference between your before and after. So you will have 31.7 and you will take away 25. And from that we'll get 6.7 degrees Celsius. That is our temperature change. We will then need to work out for our further calculations further on in the experiment. You will need to work out the moles of acid and need to work out the moles of base, and then you will fill it into your formula and complete the calculations.